by the lineup rating there. I'm not sure if that was 100% where it had to be, but I like the Blacklist lineup here for this game, right? And not to mention, they're very good up front. The backside can be covered. They have good disengage. And then you got to factor in, too, the EG, the Eternal Guard part of this fight as well.
This lineup on Blacklist looks like the kind of lineup you play when you just need 1 point. When you need to win 1 game to make it into playoffs. And that's where we're at right now. So all of the agents watching all over the world, send us your energy. Your team needs it. As for Echo, well, sometimes they do like this. It's just the way they are.
They do be doing.
Oh, interesting adjustment by JP. It's a focusing mark on that Angela. We saw it right before the split cam. So that's a good little adjustment by Echo. Knowing that they're probably thinking what we were thinking in terms of, oh man, Blacklist could run away with this. So how do we balance that? Be able to dish out just a little bit more damage. So that 6% will come in big.
Oh, wow. Something to note as well, that's a lot of quantum charge from Echo, and a lot of emblems that just give you a little extra numbers early on. So something tells me they might actually go fast. They might try to avert expectations from Blacklist and just collapse onto them. Reminds me of a situation we found ourselves in earlier when we played ranked games.
Yep, we got collapsed on a little bit, you know?
We got collapsed and clapped.
Could be.
Could be. That was a tough one, and with this, I think Echo is kind of find themselves in the same situation where if it gets to the long game, they're really going to struggle here. So we'll see how they kind of play around that. They do have a couple outs in terms of all the CC being thrown at them with the Purifies, of course.
Yeah, which I think builds on the theory I'm working on right now, is because it's not a defensive Purify, it's aggressive.
Yeah.
They really just want to lean in.
Hold on in the mid lane. JP has the heals. Stays alive with those waves, but of course they got the flicker out of him.
Yeah. And of
How'd
course,
you use his as well?
Well, folks, if you are wondering, hey, the lineup rating looks really good for Echo. What are they talking about? This Angela role might be difficult. It's situations like that. That even before the turtle, the Angela row might be low. Might not be able to get the vision he wants to get in the key areas because you're going up against a Vexana and Edith together with a lot of crowd control that can pin you down and burst you down.
Luckily, he has a wave coming his way. JP might hit level 4 just in time. Turtle already up.
Oh, pressure there on the bottom side too. Dragon Form already going to be used here, trying to keep them out of the range. There goes the EG.
Wow.
Carl T's able to get the turtle though, and it's Haji the first one to fall. And now they go for more. Final Slash can be utilized as well. JP a part of the fight, trying to keep them alive. He's stuck. Setsui will get taken down. And Edward was hunting for Sanford but couldn't find him.
This early on, heads rolling, 3 for 2. Across the map, there was violence.
Yeah, Benny Cutie was able to solo kill Oheb into the gold lane. So now that's going to be 1 gold card. Let's see if that gold card will go down. We're looking at that little blue dot disappear, and it did. So 1 gold card taken away there from Oheb. And I want to commend Sanford in that last engagement. That was an ecosystem approach to a team fight. It was Carl TZ who got the bite down onto a member of Blacklist, but Sanford was the one who kept Sensui from being able to retribution by utilizing the Petrify knockup combo as a Yuzhong.
Yeah, 40 was the catalyst. Now Oheb trying to make the most of a situation down bottom. Good chunk of the shield's taken away.
So little lead there. Just very minor though for Benny Cutie in the gold lane.
In terms of the items, well, they might be getting their first items close enough. Corrosion Scythe and the Feather of Heaven not too different in terms of the gold difference. Just 200, 300 gold separating them if I'm not mistaken. And Echo, if they want to win this in the early games, they'll have to win it through the turtles and those little victories that they can get. But you're seeing here Sanford Yuzhong having a difficult time dueling against Edward's Arlot.
Okay, the onward comes through into the Eternal Guard. They get the Heart Guard as well, but Benny Cutie going to drive them back a little bit further. Meanwhile, Carl TZ will fall. Sanji picks up a kill as well, the 1-for-1 trade. Haji and Carl TZ. So it's a back and forth still.
Amazing target acquisition here by Blacklist.
Yes.
They put Oheb where he needed to be, and that's a trade you're going to take any day, man. A roamer for a gold lane, or jungler?
Yep.
Yes, please.
Yep. Effort. Ooh. Okay. Got that tracking enhanced basic attack. But yeah. For majority of the time, I think we're going to be seeing this Arlot get out of the lane a little bit more or quicker. But of course, you have the Black Dragon form as a Yuzhong. But in terms of lane dueling, difficult, as you can see, for this YZ. Edward almost solo killing Sanford too. So at some point, Echo might need to readjust. Turtle up.
See if they can grab it. Echo leading in.
Haji!
Haji jumped in again. Over the goes. Sensui's going to get the turtle now. The fight breaking out once again. Carl T's going to fall. Sanford jumps in though. Finds a massive stun and has the hard guard as well. Forcing UA back. But Sanford goes down. Blacklist wants to fight back. But it's a trade the 2 for 2 again.
Man, I'm not even playing and I already feel Sensui's Baksha. That heart guard doesn't really make much of a difference. Carl Teezy's passive healing not going to work with the Baksha's marks. And that's what's allowing Blacklist to call the shots this time around. Approaching the 1,000 gold lead.
Nice little bob and weave there. Staying alive for Sanji. Has not gone down yet. Both retries going to be used. Benny Cutie joining the fight as well. Edward now in a little bit of rough position as Setsui falls now. Edward trying to jump in. Going for JP. And he gets him before he goes down as well.
Wow, great tracking there with the vengeance by Edward, being able to get JP down. And going back into the turtle fight that we saw that led to this little scrap afterwards, we need to commend how Haji was able to just look at Carl Teasy and say, yeah, man, let's just control him and take him down. Great timing, and Blacklist was able to respond. It was just an easy onward toss-up, and then with the Earth Shatter as well, Carl Teasy was not able to retrieve that. Blacklist, though, still in this. Echo 2, still a very close game. Both teams playing really well around the objectives. With the items up already, Necklace of Durance available for this Vexana. So they both have the anti-healing that both team needs.
They're a turtle apiece, so this last one spawning in about 20 seconds could make the difference. Their ramp up from the early to the mid. Edward given all the space to push in, making Sanford's life not that much easier. And there you go, the first turret falls.
Yeah, it's the Scythe and DHS already built up for Benny Cutie's Claude. While the Natan just built up the Starlium Scythe.
They're going to drive around the front. Sensui, they're going to find Sanji. Finally, will take him down. First death of the game for Sanji. And this could just be for Blacklist International to take the turtle here. Unless Carl Teasy and Benny Cutie and the rest of the team want to do something about it.
Somehow, some way, this could be tough. Sensui with a flank.
Has the hard guard on top of him, goes in, looking for that turtle. Oheb's going to be able to secure it with the blazing duet on top of Oheb. Does not go down. Carl Teasy's the one to fall. They lose their jungler. Blacklist International wins that fight.
That was a tough engage. Echo were a man down and they still decided to go in. And there wasn't enough on Benny or Sanford to punish Blacklist from leaning hard into that turtle. Blacklist winning all of that.
Oheb was stone cold. He had the Angela and the Claude on him. But he said, you know what? I think two of my skills, one superposition, will be able to send them back, hurt them. And the moment Benny Cutie felt the damage of that Natan, even though he had the Angela on him, he was like, nah, I gotta back out here, even though it looked like they were gonna take Oheb down. Oheb surviving that was key for Blacklist.
Abort. Something tells me Echo may have missed their snowball point.
Yes.
Their lineup was built to snowball, and again, that's what explains this odd roamer Angela. So now, I reckon the play might be, all right, let's get actual items and a solid gold lead on our heroes and on our
composition.
And then go from there, because look, there is good damage on them, but it's damage that they can't use. It's damage that doesn't really translate.
And Echo can't seem to get the longer engagement that they want to get. Again, we mentioned during the draft that this type of lineup, having an Angela roam, will put a lot of pressure onto the Barretts, onto Carl Teasy's shoulders. And he's taken the brunt of it. 1, 4, and 7. He has the most deaths right now on Echo, because as the main frontliner, every time Haji and US see him, they're just like, all right, let's just go after this Barrett. And of course, again, with Angela roam, the situations that's just leading up to that, with Sanji in the mid lane just getting picked off by that Baksha and two other members of Blacklist International, one of them being the Edith, that's going to happen more frequently if Echo don't watch their positioning in certain portions of the game.
Yep. So again, they're playing the long lane here, setting up for the first Lord of the game. Blacklist also moving up towards that spot, lower quarter. 2,000 gold ahead. That's a solid 2,000 gold, by the way, folks. That's 2,000 you can feel.
And with that, I guess this is where it really comes down to see how much that power spike, that missed power spike, or that snowball power spike for Echo, has it fallen off at this point, or can they continue to farm up and get to a point where they're very threatening in the team fight, because now it comes down to these Lord dances.
Oh, look at this positioning here by Sanford. can get the members of Blacklist International off guard, catch them off guard. But I wonder if they sense it. Because this is classic Echo that we're seeing.
Oh.
Golden Staff already built up for that Claude.
Concealed by Hodge.
Oh.
All right, they forced Kyle TZ back, though.
Yeah, forced to use the Detonus Welcome just to dash
out,
through
yeah.
that wall. Big resources utilized. But Sanford, unshakable, not moving from that shrub.
All right, luckily, if you have a cancel Detonus Welcome and you get it in, it does come up cooldown much faster.
Yeah,
so,
but Blacklist they seem to be
Oh,
turning.
Edward goes in with the final slash, and now he's in trouble. Carl Teasy gets taken down. Sanford has the hard guard. They're looking for anybody to find. Yue gets a done. Okay, goes down anyway. And now still fighting for an Echo on the run. Oheb is unstoppable as he gets a Maniac. And this is massive for Blacklist.
Echo goes into damage control mode. They need to save themselves where they can, and with just Benny Cutie standing, Blacklist does nothing less than take advantage of that win. 3.5k ahead, huge Lord scored. Now they're going to turn the map red. Echo are reeling.
The Filipino sniper is stone cold. And Omega's hopes of making it to the playoffs might have shattered in front of them as Blacklist have this lead. Sensui stolen a purple buff away from Carl TZ. Remember, Blacklist just needs that one game win to make it into the playoffs. And Oheb with a Maniac might have just done it for Echo, for Blacklist. But Echo is still holding on.
Ladies and gentlemen, there but stands 2 turrets and a base from Blacklist and the playoffs.
Oh! Final slash going to be used again. Carl TZ getting taken down in an instant from Oheb. And now marching down the mid lane, they see victory in their sights. They see the playoffs there. But look at the damage. It's not going to be enough. They lost their jungler. They get the shields and the mid turret down. They still have the Lord marching down the top side.
Wow, they just strong-armed that turret. No minions, no nothing. It's just JP and Benny left in the base.
They still have a Lord.
Still waiting it out. Blacklist
Oheb
wants to set the eyes on the victory, and they'll get it.
The base.
1 point is all they needed, and Blacklist will secure their spot to the playoffs.